It's about to go down.
Yeah, what's good, guys? I got an hour to kill before I gotta go pick up my daughters. I figured I'd throw this quick video together for you guys. I'm addressing my locks. So hope you guys get some good use out of it. It's gonna be a quick video. Yes, I know. I can get this video done quickly because they're having an air show tomorrow here at the airport, and they've been practicing. It is loud as shit. I am going to replace my lock that I originally did for my doors, just to have a better system because I'm getting tired of playing with the old one. Let me show you my first fix. Guys, pretend this is not here yet. So this is the bus latch. Originally, I wanted to put something on here because I was worried about people having access to it, to the door, because the bus system doesn't normally lock their locks their doors. So I came up with this little gadget that I did just so that people wouldn't steal my tools. And what I would do would just lock it. Originally I had cut this off so that it was a shorter push, but I lost the key and I had to cut it and I got a new one. Anyways, we are getting rid of this system, which would normally lock right there, because I need to be able to unlock it and lock it from the outside. I had to come inside. It's just too loud out there. I mean, there's fighter jets and all that freaking kamikaze shit out there. The system that I'm gonna use, it's just a regular home lock, which would normally be turned like that or like that, and this is on the door jamb. So what I am going to do is place this onto the door flat and use this piece on the handle. Alright guys, so a loaded disclosure, I didn't come up with this awesome idea. I'm gonna give a shout out to Botanical Voyager. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name, so I'll put the name here. It was the best system I've seen on YouTube for these bus conversions. But she did a fucking kick-ass job. I don't know if she jacked it or what, but I don't care. I'm gonna give her credit for it. I didn't catch her name, but Botanical Voyager. Yeah, I'm gonna install this, do a little modification to the door handle, and I think it's gonna work out really well. While I'm giving shout outs, I want to give a shout out to my man Johnny Mullet. That's his channel, Johnny Mullet, and yes, he has a mullet. That shit looks fabulous. He just got here. He's also doing a conversion on a skoolie. Just got it back. His Amish buddy hooked up the inside for him. Looks phenomenal. The work on it is just bomb diggity. Don't bust his chops too much because he had the Amish dude hook up the inside. Johnny did a lot of prep work, he did some shit. All right, but giving him a shout out, and in case while we're giving Johnny Mullet a shout out, so this shit here that's going on with my hair, I'm not gonna cut that shit until the bus is done. That's why I'm looking all sloppy and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna grow my shit out too, Johnny. I'm gonna rock that mullet. I'm gonna feather that shit all up. I might even throw a perm in that shit. I don't know. Here's what we're working with. We got your lock, your cylinder, the plate that holds it in place, your screws, and a set of directions. Make sure you read the directions. I picked it up from Home Depot. Shout out to the orange folks. I think it was like 17 bucks. Best 17 bucks I've ever spent. First thing first, make sure you get a tape measure and a pencil. It's very important that you guys clear that plate there, but also have room to that the handle lines up properly. So what I've done, I've measured 10.5 inches, and I came in and I marked it right there. So I have to be here. This can go away at some point, but I might keep it just as a hand, so that I can pull the door. When you place this here to trace it, you have to make sure that this piece is able to get into that the locking mechanism. God, did I say that right? Once you have that traced out, there is a template that they provide you. Left side, right side of the door. I just pick the one that works for me, and what all I do, make sure you cut out the dotted line and you just place it here. and then you just place it here. The reason why you want to line up your template with your trace is because the template shows you where your drill marks need to be. All I did was line it up. I taped it down from the top and the bottom, and then I just marked my drill holes. So I marked it, and then I used a hole saw kit, and mine uses 1 1/4, and this drill bit normally goes in here, but I took it out because I was getting ready to put it away. And then all you do is just line up your sheet right where the dot is, and then you just drill through. You just want to take your time, because sheet metal is a little bit more difficult to cut through because it'll start moving on you, unlike wood. Yeah, just drill it all the way through. After you punch through the first layer, some doors have foam, some do not. Just make sure the drill bit pierces the second wall. If you want, you can come from the other side and just line up your drill bit and start the other side of the hole. I find it easier to just go all the way through. I usually do that with wood, but for this, I'm just gonna go all the way through from the inside. That way I'm not bouncing and messing up my outer finish on the other side. Once you've drilled all the way through, that's what it's gonna look like. You wanna clean that up with some sandpaper maybe. So this is gonna line up perfectly. And here's your metal plate. Mother trucker. It's gonna sit just like that. Now, depending on your door thick, how far this handle sticks away from your door, you're gonna have to play with this. You may have to put washers on the inside, but it's gonna be the same concept. So once I have it in place, once I like it and it locks easily, I'm gonna trace this so that I could cut that flap off. Now you could actually use that flap as a spacer in between if you have to move distance wise. Now if you do have to move distance wise, you don't want to move the lock itself because it's a bigger piece and it needs to mount flush onto the door. It's easier to move this back and forth by spacing on the back side. I've lost my template that was on the door, so which is not a big deal. I'm just going to use the actual lock to place it so I can line up the holes, and I can mark the holes where it needs to be a drill through. I don't have my camera stand, so I gotta be able to put the phone down. You guys put this cylinder through from the outside in. You need to put this bracket piece on, which holds this cylinder from the inside. The screw that they provide to hold this bracket to the cylinder, they give you a nice long piece, but if you can see there, the groove, these are the cutting points that are easy to cut. If you take 2 pliers, bend it back and forth, it'll just snap. The reason why they give you a long piece is if your door is thicker than mine, you want to use either the second. I had to come inside again, guys. My phone died because it was too hot. Yes, believe it or not. Okay, so speaking about the long screw, dirty nails, all you do is hold it onto a vice grip and then use another plier and just bend it back and forth, maybe like 3 or 4 times, and the sections will snap right off. And then you just want to take sandpaper or something and clean down where the area that you've been. So here's the first piece. I started off taking that first notch out and it was still too long, and then so I took the second notch out. If I would have read the directions, it would have told me which one I needed to do based on my door size. So I got the first one in just to show you guys. This one goes on the left side, the other one goes on the right side. And the great thing about this lock, just like the screws, allows you to do thinner doors or thicker doors. And you see these teeth marks here? Once I get it in, if I read the directions, it'll tell me which one I need to snap off. I'm sorry, the section where I need to snap off so that it doesn't stick out too long. This is what controls the entire cylinder and the lock with the key. When I tighten those screws up, the lock is held in place, but my little cover plate here is still slightly loose. So I went ahead and loosened that back up Just kind of played with this some more. My door is actually not wide enough. I'm off by less than 1/8. So what I've done is put a washer behind there and put some leftover sheet metal. I just cut it down to size just to make it a spacer. But this is the size, literally, washer that I put behind here. I can't put one on the inside cylinder because it's a hollow tunnel. So I just put it behind the plate there. Now I can, the holes are already pre-drilled. Now all I have to just put the lock on. So I've already cut this this metal piece down so that it fits distance-wise. I got the lock installed. Make sure it moves freely. Now, if you notice, the lock is at literally maybe 4 or 5 degrees slant to your right. I did it that way because the bar, when it lifts up, it doesn't lift straight up. It obviously goes that way. So I had to compensate a little so that this piece catches nicely. So now all I have to do is just mount this, drill some holes, mount it, trace where I need to cut, and we got a lock. And because I put the spacers in, when the lock pulls through, when I tighten the screws from the other side, it takes this cover with it. As you can see now, it doesn't move. The holes are drilled, lined up properly. This falls into place. What I'm gonna do is use bolts to come from the back side so I can lock it and tighten it with a nut instead of a screw. And all I've done is trace along the top there where I need to cut this this extra piece. Got the piece cut. Why you so tired, fat boy? I've already sanded that down just so I don't get cut. Gonna drop it in place, line it up to the holes. Oh, come on! Nah, I had it loose, guys. So, so I'm gonna line it up, hold it in place, and it actually clears fine. Just like Miss Pac-Man. So my buddy was like, hey, what are you gonna use to hold it in place? And I was like, you know how much I love cock? I'm gonna put cock on it. That shit should hold just fine. I'm actually gonna use rivets. My rivets wasn't long enough, so I went ahead and used bolts, and I put it from the back side, a washer in between the assembly and my door handle because I needed that extra little bit of gap. Put a lock on there and then a nut. I went ahead and used the stronger sheet metal screws, and it actually worked just fine. Keep in mind, guys, your handle is worn down, so I went ahead and cut a little notch. There. So I went ahead and cut a little notch there. I'll clean that up and put some Rust-Oleum on it because this handle here is kind of loose, and there's no way for me to tighten it up without taking the whole assembly off. So basically, it has to fall in that notch so everything lines up properly. But I don't see a problem with that. But as you can see, it locks just fine. That there's in the lock position. I showed y'all how it's used, but I can't find my fucking keys. But yeah, we're good to go. Locks just fine. Let me see if I can find the key. Anybody home? Oh, what am I doing? I got a key. Check it out. What? My man got a lock system on a skoolie? What? What? Yes, sir. Trying to remember which way to lock this. Yes, sir. Oh, hello, short bus people. All right, man, it's getting ready to storm. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Got some good tips out of it. I gotta go pick up Joey Smalls. So y'all be good to each other. Fucking horns, be good to each other. Your boy Biggs loves you. I got nothing else. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Deuces.